middle camera look? Everything looking good? We going live? Run the ads.
The U.S. Virgin Islands, naturally in rhythm.
Good evening, everyone. We are about to start.
The U.S. Virgin Islands, naturally in rhythm. 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 The U.S. Virgin Islands.
All right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Ian Turnbull, the director for the Division of Festivals here in the U.S. Islands. I want to first set protocol. We have with us this evening the Lieutenant Governor, Tregenza Roach Esquire. Let's give him a round of applause. Then to his right, we have Mrs. Marva Williams, CEO, Discover Dominica Authority and Director of Tourism. To her right, we have Mrs. Samantha Daktruve Lethang, with Group Marketing Manager for GEMS in the Caribbean, out of Dominica. And to my left, we have Mrs. Kelly Ginn, the Executive Vice President of Finance over at Contour Airlines. Let's give her a round of applause. Amongst us, we do have our St. John Administrator, Mrs. Shakima Jones-Sproul. Let's give her a round of applause. Mrs. Lisa Hamilton with Hotel Tourism Association. Let's give her a round of applause as well. And then, of course, Jerome Sheridan with VI Port Authority. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And to all the media, thank you for coming out this evening. Again, my name is Ian Turnbull, and I have a little speech, and I'm going to do that right now. Hold on, I wrote it down. On behalf of Commissioner Matarangas King, good evening and welcome. To our distinguished guests from Dominica, members of the media, government leaders, airline executives, tourism partners, community stakeholders, and all those who have worked tirelessly behind the scenes for today's announcement. Today we celebrate more than a new flight. We celebrate a new era of connectivity in the Caribbean, with Contour Airlines launching the first nonstop jet service linking Dominica, San Juan, and St. Thomas. We are building bridges across our islands that will fuel tourism, trade, and togetherness. This milestone means easier travel for families, new opportunities for businesses, and a stronger bond between our people. It's proof that when vision and partnership meet, the Caribbean moves forward. We thank Contour Airlines for believing in this region and raising the standard of comfort and service for our travelers, and we thank our government leaders, tourism partners, and communities whose support made this day possible. Let's celebrate this step forward, and let's keep building the future of Caribbean travel together. Thank you. Now we can have a seat. I will be your Mr. of Ceremony, and next remarks will be by the Honorable Mrs. Marva Williams of Discover Dominica.
Thank you so much, everyone, to those who are here present and those who are viewing live. Let me recognize the presence of Mr. Roach, Esquire, Lieutenant Governor of the USVI, Mrs. Samantha Doctrovlater, Group Marketing Manager, and Ian Turnbull, Director of Festivals, USVI, and of course our content representative. When an aircraft isn't meeting runway, its dreams, families, and futures connecting. And on September 24th, Contour Airlines will make history as its first flight from St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands, lands in Dominica. Tonight, yes, that deserves a round of applause. Tonight, we celebrate that milestone in advance because this is the beginning of a stronger bond between our islands. I think of the many travelers who described their first sight of Dominica from the air, mountains rising from the sea, rivers glistening through rainforest, clouds draped with volcanic peaks. They tell us it looks like a secret island in a storybook. Thanks to this new service, many more from the Virgin Islanders and those from San Juan, Puerto Rico, will soon discover the secret of themselves and write their own story in Dominica. Tourism is the story of Dominica's future, and our numbers prove our strong hold. So far, in Dominica, a relatively young island, undiscovered, we've recognized near 65,000 stayover visitors, surpassing both 2019, which is our baseline, and 2024. That's stories written in Dominica, meals in local restaurants, moments of connection with our people. Our cruise tourism is thriving. Guests already stepping onto our shores this year, supporting taxi drivers, tour guides, vendors, and artisans. These arrivals represent over 200,000 for the year and represents more than 67% of our targets. We're doing well. So why do travelers choose Dominica? Because what we offer is transformational. Our pillars of tourism define our soul of our island. Adventure, hiking the Waitikubuli Trail or rappelling into waterfalls. Health and wellness, healing in a natural hot springs or with herbal traditions passed down from generations. Aquatourism, snorkeling coral reefs, diving volcanic pinnacles, whale watching year-round. Agrotourism, walking cocoa farms, tasting cocoa, coffee, and chocolate grown in volcanic soil. Kalinago tourism, immersing in the living culture of the Caribbean's first people. Romance, eco-lodges, private villas, and star-filled nights made for couples, events and entertainments, festivals that make Dominica dance. Next month, the World Choral Music Festival from October 24th to 26th will electrify Windsor Park in Dominica. In the new year, on February 16th to 17th, 2026, our streets erupt with rhythm and color during Mass Dominique, the real Mass. And May 3rd, 2026, Jazz and Creole returns to the Cabrit National Park, where smooth jazz meets Caribbean soul. Each festival is an invitation to feel the pulse of Dominica. We are investing boldly in tomorrow. In December 2025, the world's longest detachable cable car will soar above the rainforest to the second largest boiling lake in the world. Our geothermal energy project, soon to be completed, will harness volcanic energy to produce clean, renewable energy. We have upgraded our Douglas Charles Airport with enhanced facilities to attract more international flights and improve the visitor experience. And with our international airport under construction, we are preparing to welcome the world with open arms. Air access is the oxygen of tourism. Tonight, we celebrate with Contour Airlines. Dominica is gaining not just one, but two vital links: direct service from San Juan and St. Thomas. These routes join American Airlines from Miami, United Airlines from New Jersey, and other regional carriers such as Caribbean Airlines, Inter-Caribbean, Win Air, Liat 20, and Sunrise Airways. With Contour, our nature island is more connected than ever. So Dominica is not just a place to visit, it is a place that you come, you feel. It is the warmth of the Kalinago, placing a hand-woven basket in yours. It is the rhythm of bouillon drums at Carnival. It is the hush of a mountaintop trail broken only by birdsong and waterfalls. We anticipate Wednesday's inaugural flight, and I invite you to journey with us. Come for the festivals and adventures, the wellness, the romance. Come for the vibes, stay for the view. On behalf of the government of Dominica, the Ministry of Tourism, the Discover Dominica Authority, I would like to thank Contour Airlines and all the partners, DASPA, Air Access Committees, who helped make this moment possible. Together, we are not just launching flights, we are shaping the future of Caribbean tourism. Thank you so much, and we look forward to seeing you in Dominica, the nature island of the Caribbean.
Thank you, CEO Williams. And now we will have remarks from Mrs. Samantha Doctruve. Letang, I said that right? Letang. You help me out? Okay. Let me not butcher it.
Hi, good evening, everyone. And as Ian said, my name is Samantha Doctruve Letang. It's French. And I represent GEMS Holding, a hospitality group in Dominica, one of the leading hospitality groups in Dominica. So I want to say good evening again to Mr. Trenzenga Roach, Esquire, of course, Mr. Ian Turnbull, Director of Festivals at the USVI, Ms. Marva Williams, our CEO at Discover Dominica Authority, to all the media houses here, the other stakeholders, and of course, the hardworking staff of the USVI Tourism Authority. Good evening and welcome. It is really a momentous occasion for Dominica's tourism sector. We gather here to celebrate not just the arrival of a new flight, but the opening of new doors, doors that were slightly closed before, and those doors that will connect us more seamlessly to the world and invite more travelers to discover the wonders of the nature island. The Fort Young Hotel and Secret Bay, alongside the Discover Dominica Authority, have a shared vision to position Dominica as the Caribbean's premier destination for transformation travel. Fort Young Hotel and Secret Bay are proud to serve as flagship properties of our destination. Each, in its own right, represents the essence of Dominica while offering world-class service and amenities. At the Fort Young Hotel, our island's historic landmark hotel, we've invested significantly in recent years to expand and upgrade. Guests now enjoy enhanced rooms and suites, offering whale watching, diving, and the ever bucket list activity, swimming with the whales. We also offer spa services and expanded dining concepts, showcasing our island's culinary excellence, along with an upgraded conference and event facilities. With its prime location in the heart of Roseau, our capital city, Fort Young Hotel offers guests an immersive experience where history, culture, adventure, and comfort meets. Secret Bay, on the other hand, is a 6-star all-villa resort tucked away on Dominica's northwestern coast, and it continues to redefine the luxury market with the addition of new architecturally stunning villas, a farm-to-table dining experience, an arts gallery, a gourmet open-air restaurant, and expanded services through our Secret Bay Experience Concierge. The property consistently raises the bar for sustainable, nature-immersive luxury. It is no surprise that Secret Bay continues to earn accolades as one of the Caribbean and of the world's top resorts. Together, these properties serve as cornerstones of Dominica's hospitality landscape, symbols of the diversity and richness of what our island has to offer. The introduction of this new flight presents extraordinary opportunities. It means greater access for our visitors, a shorter, more seamless journey, and the ability for us to target new markets and welcome more guests to experience Dominica's beauty. For our properties, it allows us to showcase our upgraded amenities to a larger audience and ensures that visitors, whether seeking cultural immersion in the capital or private seclusion on the coast, can find exactly what they want. Equally important, this milestone extends beyond our 2 properties. As the Director of Public Relations of the Dominica Hotel and Tourism Association, we warmly embrace this development, recognizing the opportunities it provides for all our members, our hotels, tour operators, restaurants, and service providers island-wide. More flights means more visitors, and more visitors means more growth and prosperity for our entire tourism ecosystem. This is a win for every stakeholder in Dominica's hospitality industry, and we really have to say thank you to Contour Airlines. In closing, we continue to partner with the Discover Dominica Authority. The opportunities this new flight affords reflects our unwavering commitment to elevating Dominica's place on the global tourism map. Together with collaboration, investment, and innovation, we are not only preparing to welcome more guests, we are preparing to inspire them with unforgettable experiences that will make them ambassadors, that will make you ambassadors for the Nature Island. Thank you, and thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Letton. I said that right? Letton. Next up, we will have Ms. Kelly Jin, which is the Executive Vice President of Finance over at Contour Airlines. Let's give her a warm welcome and thank her for making this connectivity. Y'all could do better than that. Come on, we got flights.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Roach, Mr. Turnbull, Ms. Williams, and I'm going to try to say Ms. Letang for having me up here. Thank you to everyone. I want to tell you Contour Airlines is very excited to launch service in the Caribbean. I have to start with a small story from my adventures here. So I get on a flight out of Miami. I'm in the middle seat. The guy next to me says, "Are you going on vacation?" I said, "No, I have to work." There's another young lady to my right. And he said, oh, you got to work on the weekends? And I said, well, I work for an airline, and we're starting service. The girl next to me shrieked, oh, you have to be Contour. I am so excited. I never get to go home without taking a ferry to Tortola, and my mom is really excited. So I want to tell you, the whole trip started off with warming my heart. Today, both of the people who were my servers at breakfast were both from Dominica, and they started getting all the waitresses over to come and meet. I felt like a celebrity. So I want to tell you, we are just as excited to launch service in the Caribbean. This is our first international flights. So if there's any, mild, with CARICOM APIS or any of these different things that we have to do, please give us a little grace, but we're going to do our best to have on-time performance all the time so that you guys can get from island to island. I did have a little surprise. We also have announced we're going to start service to St. Martin beginning in November. So we have, thank you. So that is currently for sale too, so you can go to St. Martin too. So again, big thank you, everybody. The whole island has been great. I've been here since Saturday. St. Thomas has done a great job. I did go to St. John's today. Love that too. So thank you, everyone, and we hope you have a great experience with Contour Airlines. Thank you.
Yes, not to brag again, the U.S. Virgin Islands, we have 3 beautiful main islands, a 4th within Water Island, and just similar to Dominica, we have a lot of roots of family interconnectivity here. I see we have our good friend along with us here, one of my favorite artists, Asa Banton. Let's give him a round of applause. I called him today to check a box for me, and he checked the box for me like in 5 minutes. So, yeah, appreciate you, brother. But before we close out, we're going to have the closing remarks by, you want to say some words, Asa? Because I know this is connect. Yeah, man, come say something. Come say something. And then in St. Croix, when you're down there with me, you could take a drink. Because I know I could bring you home now fast.
Yeah, good night, good night. It's a very, very exciting time right now, like I can say. Thanks to Contour Airlines, for doing that connection between St. Thomas and Dominica, because St. Thomas is like our home. It's like that's like my second home. And for too long, my people have been, I would say suffering, by using the ferry to get to Tortola to get home. So now having that direct flight, it's a huge win for Dominica, also a huge win for St. Thomas, because a lot of people going to be coming straight up to St. Thomas. And I represent the entertainment industry. So for Carnival, St. Thomas Carnival, Dominica Carnival, our festival, St. John's Carnival. Also, I have a flight called Breakfast Fete. So a lot of people are going to be using that flight. And I can guarantee you that you're going to have to add additional flights on Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, for sure. So to all Dominicans and friends of Dominicans, now is the time to come home, visit. Now, just come for a weekend, come home, come to my people from Dominica. Now is the time to come to St. Thomas, come and shop, go back home. The flight is here. That's what the flight is here for. I want to thank the government of the Virgin Islands and the government of Dominica and Contour Airlines for putting this together. Big work, trust me. Got to be recognized. Thank you. Asa Banton.
Thank you, brother. And as I mentioned, as we close out, let's again stand one last time as we reintroduce Lieutenant Governor Tregenza Roach Esquire. Let's give him a round of applause again.
Thank you. Thank you all very much. Please be seated. Thank you. I want to say a special good evening, of course, to our tourism representative, Mr. Ian Turnbull, to our administrator, Ms. Shakima Jones Sproul. I always call you another name. And she's a beautiful singer as well, by the way. Don't try to take her from the VI. Okay. I want to say a good evening to our representatives from the beautiful island of Dominica, Miss Marva Williams, and Miss Samantha Letang. Okay. I want to say a special good evening to Miss Ginn, a representative of Contour, to any member of the WICO or the Port Authority boards present, to Miss Lisa Hamilton from our Hotel and Tourism Association, our media. We have a VIPD representative over there, Officer Luby, and she's very helpful to the visitors, by the way. She even gets them back when the ships are almost pulling out and they're running to catch a ship. So big up for that. And of course, to Asa Banton. Thank you so much for being here and for all that you've contributed to our festivals. I want to say that the description that you gave of Dominica when you fly over, I've seen that a couple of times. Well, Waitukubuli, tall is her body. That's right, in the Kalinago language. And I've had the pleasure of going through the Valley of Desolation and going to the Boiling Lake, and also to visit the Catholic Church in Roseau and the village of Girardel, because that's where my grandfather was born. And the Catholic Church is where he was baptized, right? And I say that because it really illustrates something that everybody else has said about the connections that we have in this territory. And I think the census, the last census that we did, actually I'm not going to quote the last one, but the previous one said that we had something like 19% of our population who identify another island in the Caribbean as their birthplace. And I think Dominica was second only to St. Kitts, which is my place of birth. Yeah, he came to St. Kitts, and then we came here. So that is something that is really, really important, because these persons who have wanted to go to Dominica, they have had the route of taking the boat to West End, taking the taxi from West End to the airport on Beef Island, and then hoping that their flight isn't canceled, because they might have to overnight and find a hotel in Tortola if that happens, paying the departure tax when they leave Tortola, and paying the departure tax when they come back and leave Tortola again to do the same route coming back. And then there are others who have had to do the other one, which is fly from St. Thomas to Miami, overnight in a hotel there, so that's a night stay, and then fly out the next morning to Dominica, and then do the exact thing on the return. And we've had to do the Puerto Rico route, St. Kitts, we've done the same. You fly all the way up Grenada. I've gone to New York, then down to Grenada, pass over St. Croix, look down and see the salt pan, and know that I'm going to be in New York for another night, coming back to St. Thomas the next day. So we really, really welcome Contour, and we really thank you for the investment in our tourism product. And it's really, really important, because in this time that this country is experiencing, where so much is changing, we're impacted every day by cuts in federal grants, and we are challenged and forced to recreate ourselves and recreate our products. So an airline opening up a market in the Caribbean that you could not access without so much difficulty is something that bears a great celebration, because it means a lot to us here. To have another connection, you go to Puerto Rico when the flights are short. Now you say you'll access St. Martin. And please don't forget our big island, St. Croix, quite a few Dominicans living on that island as well, who have the same difficulty in traveling. So we really, really welcome you. And we know that it's not going to be one way, because we, as you have described, are a special place. And even though our numbers are larger, significantly higher, where we have attracted as much as 1.6, 1.7 million cruise passengers in a year, and approaching 1 million overnight visitors in a year, This is a special place. We have these 3 beautiful islands, St. Thomas, St. Croix, St. John, and 50 beautiful keys and islets outside that have pristine beaches. We have history here. We have buildings that are standing on this island longer than the American Revolution. Buildings that go back to the 1600s. We have the remnants of the sugarcane industry when these islands were at the center of the world in terms of the economic impact that they had on the world, on Europe, on the Americas, on the Caribbean. Our beautiful island of St. Croix was called the breadbasket of the Caribbean because of the extent of its agriculture and at one time one of the greatest sugar producers in the region. So we have lots to offer, people who want to come here as well, just as we know that you have so much to offer. They say, I hate to call it a name, but they say if Christopher Columbus came back, Dominica would be the only island he would recognize. Because when you see it from the sea, you don't see towering buildings, you see this beautiful line of mountains, and this island just sitting up so tall in the Caribbean, well deserving of that name. So we welcome you. We're excited about this new opportunity to access not only Dominica, but through the connections with Contour, other islands. And we look forward to the expansion of this service. We look forward to your people coming here and our people going there and continuing this incredible exchange of people who have so much in common. So welcome, and we appreciate your presence, and we look forward to working with you to develop this product. And as I speak to you today, I'm also the acting governor, and I would like to welcome you as well on behalf of our governor, Albert Bryan Jr., who is traveling at this moment, but would be here to celebrate this great accomplishment as well. So thank you all so very much, and thank you all for showing up for this event.
Thank you, LT. At this moment, we will give a few questions for media. Just have you raise your hands, and if you have any questions from the media, we will take those now. I think there's a mic in the crowd. All right, any questions? All righty. All right, with that being said, I think, again, this is a momentous occasion. Again, Contour, we thank you so much for making this happen. You don't know how many times I go in that Senate, boy, and this is all they're asking me about. They asked us about, and now it's complete. This is a box that has been checked. So again, round of applause to everybody at the table who has made this happen. I know, yes. So right now we're going to have a presentation by Dominica, the Dominica delegation. All righty? I'll ask for you to stand. All right, are you ready? All right.
Thanks again so much for having us here. We would just like to extend our gratitude to those seated at the head table, and this extends to the USVI Tourism, Miss Roseanne Farrington. We really want to say thank you to her. We want to say thank you to Mr. Paul Alexander as well, because we made probably like 2 phone calls and then we saw everything come to life. So thank you so much for hosting us, and what we're about to present is just a small token of our appreciation, and it's a taste of the nature island of the Caribbean. So we'll begin with Mr. Roach. Yes, thank you. And he's a Dominican at heart. He recognized the Kalinago baskets. And now we'll make a presentation to the representative of Contour Airlines. And of course, we do have to make a presentation to our lovely master of ceremony. Again, thank you, and let me call up Mr. Paul Alexander as well. Yes. Yes, sir, if you could assist us with this presentation. And if someone from the audience could accept on behalf of Miss Roseanne Farrington, we would appreciate, please. Thank you so much, Paul Alexander, for hosting our Dominica meet and greet a few days ago. It was amazing to see all the faces. And this is a presentation as well for Miss Farrington. Thank you so much. And we do have some tokens for the media that we can present afterwards. But thank you so much for the hospitality, and we look forward to the exchanges of people navigating our shores.
All right, folks. Again, thank you all. Let's mix and mingle. Let's make some more connectivity, and let's push for that Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, right? And then, as I mentioned again, as Dominica mentioned, we have some goodies here for media. Of course, we will be sending our goodies to you guys as well. Thank you for your great hospitality. And I think, Joanne, food. Yes, so there is food on the interior. Let's give a round of applause for Hampton. Hampton Inn. Brand new, literally 3 weeks, and they look like everything that happened to him. So that means they're taking care of business, so that's good. All right, again, thank you all, and have a blessed evening. All righty?
The U.S. Virgin Islands, naturally in rhythm. U.S. Virgin Islands, naturally in rhythm.